Yo, Tux, the Wild West Detective here. It's time for my first actual video. This here video is an exact sequel to my original 10 Fun Things to Do in the Wild West. If you haven't seen that video, I recommend that you go watch it. And before we begin, please shoot that subscribe button like it's a Wild West no life. And without further ado, let's begin. In the original 10 Fun Things video, we showed you all the train fling. Something really stupid, but quite fun. But since it's the Halloween 2022 update, we have more funny flings for you. First off, we have the funny fright pickup fling. Become as small as possible. Go right up to the fright pickup platform, jump, then ragdoll, and zoom! You're off! Next, we have the gun store fling. Go to the very top of the gun store, become as small as possible, look straight ahead, jump, then ragdoll, and off you go! Alright. Time to move on to something that does require quite a lot of people. So if you're in a faction, listen up. You've heard of Bronze City, you've heard of Port Dorado, you've heard of Silvertown. But have you heard of Camp City? You haven't! That's because I came up with it on the spot right now. But here's what you do. Grab a bunch of people, go to somewhere with a big open area like the Great Plains, and make a giant campsite. Place a lot of camping stuff down. Make your own city. You've seen the latest Wild West update. Sneaky Shane has decided to sell us some scrolls in exchange for a newfound gambling addiction. But what do you do when you've used up all your hard-earned cash and got boots all the time? Well, you're gonna have to make your own scrolls. And if you manage to keep your friends throughout the whole, gambling addiction, maybe try and get them to sell the scrolls. It takes a bit of work, but in the end, it could be really fun. Alright, this next one we have here is a fun one, but I shouldn't be the one to explain it. I'll let the inventor of it himself do the talking. Give a round of applause for Mr. Beater!
Are you tired of faction people taking your bounty? Are you tired of the COD zombies of Bronze City taking your Mina status away from you? Well, guess what? I've got a strategy for you, and it's the best one yet. Maybe the best was an understatement, but here's my new strategy. Me and a few friends made this up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Here's your detonator, and here's your tent, and here's a bed for your friends to sleep in, you or your friends to sleep in actually. And here's the fun part, the bear trap, the TNT charge, and the campfire. And the hole that people fall down. And we call it the hole defense strategy, because it's a hole. And here's the bear trap demonstration, presented by CP70. Here he comes. There he is. And there he goes. Enjoy the lead, CP70. And thank you for your acting skills. Quite frankly, the best in the business, as I do say so myself. But what if the bear trap fails? That's why you have a shotgun. Or, well, any weapon of your choice. Personally, I like the shotgun because of 2 barrels. Anyways, here's CP70. Well, there he goes. Even though I missed the first shot, still got him with the second shot. Thank you for your acting. What if all else fails, the bear trap, the campfire? That's why you have the TNT charge. TNT charge is my favorite. Well, for obvious reasons. Now it's time to teabag. Just kidding, we don't do that here. I would like to give a big thanks to Detective Tux for even letting me on here in the first place. Thank you, Detective Tux, and now back to you.
Wonderfully said, Beater. Thank you for sharing. Have you ever popped into one of my streams? If you have, you've most likely seen us playing some Wild West minigames. And of course, they're quite fun. Let me just name a few that we play. We play a minigame where one team has to defend the boat, while the other team has to rob the boat. We play a minigame where you have to lasso me and throw me in the Gerald pit. We play a minigame where you and your teammates have to collect specific items for me. And we even play a minigame where you just capture the flag. You get the point. So whenever you and your friends are super bored in the Wild West, just think of some fun and interesting minigames for y'all to play. I'm sure you'll have a fun time. This next one is quite similar to the last one, but also has its own different spin. For example, you could try and fight people without running, or maybe only use knives for certain areas on the map. The amount of challenges you could create for yourself in the Wild West is almost infinite. I'll name a few in case you can't think of any. Using the butter knife only. No auction weaponry. Raiding a fort without TNT. Being a medic for only outlaws. By the way, that's what my original thing was to do in the Wild West. That's what I did all the time. And so on and so on. I'll let you guys have some fun with this one. Bear traps go together with dynamite charges like how cheese goes on a sandwich. It's perfect. Bear traps are so fun to use, they're pretty much useless in real combat. But when you use them for everything besides their intended purpose, they're great. For example, you can make somewhat of an impassable blockade with them when you place one down. As long as they're not wanted and you aren't in danger, they can freely move over that said bear trap. However, if you become danger, that freedom goes away and what you get is a very heavy-hitting floor trap. Not only that, but you can also make yourself fling with bear traps. Run up the one, and as soon as you get hit, jump! And you can go super far using this. You will probably die on the way down though, so try not to. An instant classic. I remember grabbing my Sharps rifle from my overcluttered inventory in 2020 and heading up to what me and my friends called The Rock. We would then proceed to snipe the hell out of bronze. Ah, good times. Good times. I, of course, know that you guys still do this sort of thing. I still see you trying to snipe me all the time. However, this one here is mainly for the people who don't do this, because I 100% recommend it. It is very fun and interesting. Just be careful when people try to ride up to you. Get your shotguns ready for that close-handed combat, even though you're not using your hands. Yes, a timeless classic that will never get boring. We love the raid forts, but when was the last time you actually raided a fort? Raiding forts is really fun, and defending them is even more fun. Throwing dynamite at the gate is the OG way of getting in, and that way is still mostly used. But building ladders around the outside of the fort is also a really good way to get in. Just build that ladder tall and proud, then proceed to snipe the people on the inside. You'll never get boring, especially because every time you raid a fort, you're going to meet people that have different skill sets, weaponry, etc. There's nothing like raiding and defending a good fort.
Hey guys, kind of the Hyatt here. I'm making an appearance on the TWW video, how about that? And here's my fun thing to do in the Wild West. Don't go in the Wild West. Enjoy everything that's outside. Especially this sort of day like this. I live in England. I'm surprised the sky's anything other than grey, to be honest. But it's a nice thing to do. Go outside for a bit. Makes you forget about all the things like grinding for auction weapons, all that. It's like, even after you got all the auction weapons, what's left all but a void, you know? It's just, what then? Kill more things, grind for more stuff, wait for an update that's never happening for another 2 years or so. Yeah. Anyway, enjoy this overextended clip of me walking, I guess. Sucks if you're watching this at this moment in time, or if you're slowing this down for the sake of the video. It is very muddy. I really need compensation for this.
And that is the end of this video. This is one of my longer videos, so a lot of work got put into this one. I hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe and join the Discord server for more updates on new videos. And with all of that out of the way, could this be a fluke or something more? Keep on searching, detectives! And remember, there's always something to uncover in the Wild West.